Tim says, I have an Axemaster at level 2. Do you recommend me getting it to level 3, still have 5 BCX to go, and playing high silver? Okay, let's look at that, because that's such a good card. Yeah, regular. Reward. Water. Axemaster. So he's at level 2. And he said, I'm at level 2. Do you recommend me getting level 3? I still have 5 BCX to go. Okay, so you've got... First of all, Tim, you never want to put... maybe you didn't do it, but you say you have 5 BCX to go. That means you have 5 inside the card. You don't want that. It's too late now, but for resale purposes, your card is like... It's like an imperfect copy, and you're going to have a hard time selling that 5 BCX Axemaster in the future, as opposed to 4 BCX copy that'll be on the marketplace. And so it's too late to fix it now, but you definitely don't want to do that in the future. And I would recommend moving up to the level 3, because you're going to get that extra archery, and level 3 epics are permissible, correct me if I'm wrong, in silver, right?
Yeah.
So that's a huge bonus. You're talking, that's not trivial. That's, 2 extra archery per round, because it's 1 extra per arrow, and he gets double strike. I say that is very significant. And you're talking right there's $25, and then you'd have to get, a couple more of them. You're probably $35, $40, $43-ish. Yeah, that's not cheap, but this is to me, this is almost a carry card. It's a very serious runner in that conversation for the blue team. Jim, what do you think?
That card is amazing.
Mm-hmm.
I really love the Pellicor Arbalist in white, because you're able to get the 3 damage with or in silver with General Salone. 3 damage is huge if you're farming silver. That damage number is absurd.
For 1 BCX.
Yeah. And same thing with, so if they set it up to where they have shield or void or whatever it is, that's turning your 2 damage from 1, when you would then be doing 3 down to 2. You're now like nerfing their shield essentially. So hitting that 3 damage threshold is huge, I think.
Yes, I agree. That's a great point. The shield in particular, because then it's not just going from down to 1, which is so almost trivial. It's still 2 per turn.
Yep. Because then you think about it. All right, well, if I'm hitting for 1 normally, getting +1 damage on the base card, if I'm hitting the shield, I am now doubling my damage from before.
Yeah, it's like at 2, you're losing 50% of your damage output. At 3, you're losing 33% of your damage output because of the breakpoints. And the card is so strong. If you play this game for many years, you're never going to regret having a level. You're never going to say to yourself, man, I can't believe I wasted $40 on making my Axemaster level 3. This is a card that is going to crush for years. And you're going to be super glad you had it. And, I guess the one question, if you wanted to be devil's advocate, you could say, well, maybe it's going to go cheaper in the coming weeks. I don't really know why. Maybe it's going to go cheaper in the next year or something like that when there's a deep bear market, because I do think a bear market's going to come for crypto, and I think Splinterlands will not be entirely safe from that. But I would say to you, that's kind of my thinking on stuff like that, is that's just a hope. You're hoping to get a better deal later. I don't play this game like that. I don't invest like that. I just dollar cost average into a bigger position and over a long time horizon. That's my approach. I think it's prudent. I don't try and call the bottom. I don't try and call the top. I just kind of enjoy the middle, if you know what I mean.
And going off of what they've already done in the past, I do think blue or death is going to be getting a plus range summoner for the legendary.
Oh,
Because
we
we
got
look, red has Jotun, white has Salone, green has Prince Rin from beta, dragon has I don't remember
Selenia
the
Sky.
dragon. Yeah, so that leaves left blue and death. They're
Dude,
probably going to give it to blue before they give it to death. That's just what I think.
I feel like you're right. And we haven't talked about this before. You saving this little nugget, waiting to drop
Oh,
it on
have
me
I?
here. That,
Oh, yeah, I'm full of goodies, man. I'm full of them.
that makes a lot of sense to me.
Yeah, so I really, which is why I really like Twin Gun Pete, Two Gun Pete, is because I really thought that they were going to come out with it, but now they can still do it for the airdrop.
Yeah. I'm looking at the cards in front. I'm looking at all blue cards now. I'm just asking myself, like, would that work? Could they do that?
Sniper,
I, they,
Narwhal,
they really could do it. I
Captain.
mean, Igor is so nasty though, and he would be even more nasty with that extra because he's up to 3
Yeah,
for a 2 mana cost to get 4 archery would be, and stun by the way.
right.
Um,
And if they have it 6 or 7 mana or 8 or 9, whatever it's going to be, I could see it.
mhm. Harpoonist. This is a card I have. I think I have like level 4 or 5 or something. 5 archery. It's on one of my other alt accounts.
Pretty good.
With the knockout too. Ew. Deletes,
And,
guys.
and then with the Axemaster, you're dealing go to 4 damage each one.
Dude, at the highest levels, this card is broken. Double
And then he
strike,
gets around force field.
double strike, close range, cripple. It's dropping bombs, and the only thing that this thing has against it is that it obviously it doesn't have 10 or 20 hit points. Like that's the weakness, and it still has a good amount of hit points.
Yeah, it still goes to 7.
Yeah, it's an amazing card. It's not just a good card; it's an amazing, exceptional card.
Yeah.
Yeah, I kind of think I agree with you. I mean, at least your point is sound that archery absolutely could be a choice they make here.
Mhm.
And I want to look at that. You said death doesn't have one either, right? They have the negative.
Yeah.
They have
Yeah, death is nothing but negatives right now, so they haven't even gotten like a plus damage. But I would like to see plus magic damage for death.
I could see it, but I think in my heart, or I think to myself, if there was a plus magic on death or a plus archery on death, or for that matter, blue, it's so overpowered, but it's not at all. It's just me thinking I win right now with them as they are, and that would help me win more. It doesn't mean it's overpowered. It would be certainly a nice improvement though. Um, Yeah, I do kind of think that makes sense. I could see that, especially with a lot of these old cool magic cards falling by the wayside due to the division between modern and wild. I could see
Yeah.
magic slipping in here and not being too broken. And simultaneously, I could see archery slipping in on the blue team and not being too problematic either. Very interesting.
Also, what if you threw range for death? Like they have the Soul Storm, they have the Affliction Wizard, Skeleton guy. I forget all their
Skeleton. I'm
names.
pretty sure he's not called Skeleton Guy.
Skeleton guy. Then you also have the Twisted Jester, who's another amazing snipe unit. You have Lyra. You have the Dramir. I forget his name.
Yeah, I know the True Strike one, wherever he is.
Yeah. Oh, Grim Reaper. That's that one guy's name. Dark
Yeah.
Ferryman as well.
Grim Reaper is really good.
Yeah.
Weirding Warrior is one that I haven't yet. I don't think I've maxed out my Weirding Warrior. I'm going to go ahead and grab one of these right now. It's an epic card for $1, a BCX. I continue to declare that these prices are not long-term sustainable. They will sell out, and the player base will grow, and that necessarily means price appreciation. If people think I'm just blowing, I'm just trying to sell something, I would love to see. I would love to see an excellent articulation of why I'm wrong on this. Because if I'm wrong about my thesis around the deflationary assets and the price appreciation of these things, I actually want to see that. I want to be corrected for my own sake. But I'm convinced.
God says death is lacking damage in gold. It's probably because he doesn't play with Lord of Darkness.
Yeah. Yeah, Lord of Darkness is pretty nasty in gold. And is somehow even more deadly in champion, even though he's absolutely a beast. At gold,
he gets retaliate.
Yeah. But I mean, enrage, stun, and shield is such a nasty combo. I mean, he probably could have one less hit point at a minimum and still be a strong, like you have to have him. Maybe even two less hearts, or one less shield, one less heart would have been possible, and he still would be an exceptional card. Look at this 113. Wow,
he's amazing.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if I told you, but I saw a Lord of Darkness for like $490. I'm like, oh my goodness, this is such a good deal.
Mm-hmm.
And that was for gold, so level 3.
Nice.
Yeah.